Hello everyone, welcome to a new type of video. I really enjoyed making video yesterday, which I uploaded for the first time, and I really wanted to make other types of video. I am really enjoying the process of making a video about books and other stuffs. So my main goal for this video is I want to do a reading vlog, because a reading vlog is whenever I watch those on the booktube, the first it encourages me to read more. So I was hoping that if I, instead of watching those reading vlogs, if I make one myself, I think it would encourage me to read more. I hope I read more books. So my goal for this kind of vlog is, so today is February 10th, and so in next week, it's the day of love, February 14th, Valentine's Day. So as I said, that I wanted to read more romance books, so I am planning to release a video on 14th or like around that week about a reading vlog which involves romance books. So I have few books which I am interested in reading in romance. I have only read one, which was the 7-Year Slip. Actually, let me show you what kind of books that I have in mind. So here is my bookshelf, and so I wanted to read one physical book and one Kindle book. My goal is to read at least 2 books. Let's look at some options. I do not have a lot of romance centered books, but let's see. One of them is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. There's also the whole Acotar series, which I haven't read. I have only read the first one. And there's also, so my romances are here, romance books are here. There's also All the Light We Cannot See, which is a romance, I think, but it's also a sad book. We also have The Sun Is Also a Star, and Red, White and Royal Blue. I watched a movie for this, and I really enjoyed the movie, so that's why I bought this book. We also have Atonement, which also the same case. I loved the movie with James McAvoy in it, and really wanted to read the book, and it was a really good movie. I very enjoyed the movie so much. So these are some of our options. I also have Never Let Me Go, which is also a romance but also involves science fiction. And also I have already one book in my mind, which I really wanted to read. I already have it loaded in my Kindle, and that's Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. So here's my Kindle. I already preloaded the book. It's right here. So I have decided that I'm going to read Divine Rivals first, because it is the book which I'm really interested in, and then I will figure out which of these books right here should I read. So currently February 10th, and it's late at night. It's, I think, 11 o'clock, and yeah, I will start reading Divine Rivals right now, and I will see how much progress I make till tomorrow. Hey everyone, good morning. So I read 36 pages of Divine Rivals last night. I'm in chapter 4, and right now I am kind of liking it. The world is really interesting to us. If you want a spoiler-free synopsis of like how I kind of get the story, it's that there are these gods who have died by the hands of mortals, and they have risen up and are fighting towards each other. And these gods have the ability to recruit the citizens of that country to join the war by, I think, singing. It's a really cool magic system. It's a YA, so I don't have high expectations for it to be better for it to be go in depth in the magic system, but I'm kind of liking it. So the story starts with Iris, whose brother Forrest has been recruited by one of this god called Enva, and now her brother has to go to the war, and now she is struggling to keep her family alive. Okay, so I falter at world building system because whenever the authors describe like how the building looks or how our surrounding looks, my imagination falters on that. So I try to imagine some anime or some movie I have seen which kind of looks similar to the description. So this world really reminds me of Violet Evergarden with the typewriters and with the old trains or trams, and like also the newspaper bits. It's a really cool world, and I want to explore more of it. And yeah, I will read more around like 100 pages and update you on how I'm liking it or not. Hey everyone, another update. So I read 100 pages of Divine Rivals, then I fell asleep, and I woke up right now, and I have some thoughts. I read 100 pages. I am done with first part, and I think it's really easy to read, very fast-paced book. It's not fun because there's a lot of topic about grief and moving away from grief, and how each and every person suffers from grief and loneliness and trying to really show themselves. I love the metaphors which Rebecca Ross uses about like how we each wear an armor in public and suffer to show our true self. I think me and a lot of people can relate with that. Two people who hate themselves in their public because of that persona they show versus how they actually are and can like lean on each other, using some magical things. It's a really beautiful story, and I think I'm gonna love this. I cannot wait to read more of Divine Rivals. Okay, speaking of Persona, I am currently playing Persona 5 Reload, which is one of my favorite games ever. Even though I haven't completed it, I played the original Persona 5 like 4 or 5 years ago, but I didn't finish it. I played it for like 30 hours, and this is like a 150-hour games. I think with including Persona Reload. No, I'm sorry. It's so confusing. Come on, Atlas, like make a easy to remember name of your new games. It's Persona 5 Royal, which is like longer and better, and I cannot wait to play more of this. It's a vibe. I love this game. So I'm gonna play more of this game for a few hours, do some assignments, and then went back to reading Divine Rivals. Hi, good morning. So as you just saw, it started suddenly raining so hard. I was ready to go to university, but due to the rain I canceled my plans, and now it's a really cool and like comfy mood. It's a good day. I love this rainy mood mainly because I love Persona 4, and there's a lot of gloomy mood in there, and vibes, foggy and like trickling down type of environment. I finished Divine Rivals. I stayed up again last night to finish the last 100 pages, and I have a lot of thoughts. Overall, I enjoyed it. I definitely didn't love it as much as other people on the booktube, like adored this book. Saw a lot of reviews which gave it a 5 stars, 4.5 stars. I didn't connect it with it. Like I have a really high expectation. I thought like the first half was really good, and I thought it will. So I didn't feel emotionally connected with all that was happening. Like I mean, I liked the writing style. I liked the introduction to the world, but overall it just kind of like became a slog. It kind of felt boring to read about. Like I mean, everything was happening very, like it was very predictable. I do want to read the sequel to know like what happens, because it stopped in the middle of a cliffhanger. So I really want to know what happens. So I will read Ruthless Wars sometimes. So yeah, overall it was an enjoyable read. It was really easy to read, and I really enjoyed it. So now that we have read the first book, now we have got like the stacks of book, out of which I wanted to choose which next romance read would be. I decided that since it's raining outside, since it's a moody day, I wanted to read something comfy, something cozy, but also within a realm of like a romance. I've been kind of reading. Yeah, so I decided that I'm gonna read Little Woman today. I read like 40 pages like last year, and I don't remember any of it. I thought it was very emotional. I really liked the characters. A fitting book to read during this environment. It felt really heartful. It felt really like familiar, and so yeah, Little Woman, it's a classic. I want to read more classic books to know my literature, which I really don't know anything about. Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott. I am planning to only read this first part, so I just found out that Little Woman was split into 2 parts, which was the first part would be Little Woman, and second part they call it Good Wives. And I heard it's not that good, but I will consider reading it if I like the first part, which I know that I'm gonna like. It's gonna be like 4 or 4 above stars, I think so. On to the reading. I'm gonna read all day because I got nothing to do today. Bye. Hello everyone. So I just finished Little Woman. It was a really nice book. As I said, I enjoyed it a lot. I finished it like 2 days. I just finished it right now, and it was really fun. It was really heartwarming to read. I enjoyed the 4 sisters. They felt really whole good. And yeah, I think it's like one of my favorite books that I have ever read. Every single, like some of the like moments, there are so many moments in this book which are like emotional and like brings a smile and even tears of joy to your eyes. I really enjoyed. I think my favorite character was Joe and Beth. I really enjoyed Laurie. And yeah, it was a really good, well-written book. I understand why it's considered a classic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna continue with the second part, Good Wives. I ordered it, but it will take some time to come, and I will read it like in like next month or sometimes later. Some nitpicks about this book. One of them is like there are some chapters which I find hard to understand because it's written in like Old English kind of. I think it was published in 1800s. So yeah, some chapters were a little hard to understand, like the plays. Another nitpick that I have is that it is a very religious book, which is kind of hard to relate to because I'm not very religious. But other than that, I adore this book. I think it was really wholesome and a nice message, like, you know, how to love your family and everyone you have around you, even if you're poor or rich. To wrap it all up, this was my first reading vlog, and I am gonna make more because it's really fun. I have never read this much in like 3 days and finished 2 books like ever. This is the first time, and I really enjoyed it, and I want to make more. And speaking of the theme which I wanted, so first book was Divine Rivals, which was a fantasy romance. I enjoyed it. I would give it a 3.5 star, as I said. It kind of fell short on the, like, I didn't like the romance aspect of that book, but I'm wanting to continue because it's like it's in a big cliffhanger, and I want to get to Ruthless Vows. And unlike Divine Rivals, Little Woman was it has some romance element into it, and it's about like familiar love. It's about, you know, about love between siblings and family, and I liked it. I liked this kind of love more than I enjoyed the romance in Divine Rivals. So do I love romance books? It's still a 50-50. Like I have read like 2 or 3 of them till now, including these 2, and still have a long way to go in exploring this genre. But yeah, I have some books in my TBR which are romance, which I really would like to get to someday. And it was a pleasant experience to make a vlog and make a reading vlog and make this kind of video. So I will be sure to make more of them. And thank you for watching this video, and see you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.